It happened in Montreal, Canada, a series of pro-Hamas riots. And if you saw the footage, it was a lot like the Black Lives Matter Incorporated riots in our country. But in this case, the actual targeted people. I mean, remember the Black Lives Matter Incorporated riots and the chanting of to burn down houses? Gentrifier, gentrifier, get the fire, get the fire. Alex, remember those chants in Seattle during the Black Lives Matter riots, with rioters going through white neighborhoods screaming that at people who live there. Gentrifier, gentrifier, get the fire, threatening to burn people out of their homes. In Montreal, this all happened as the boss of Montreal, the dictator, was at a concert. You'll see a little bit of footage of Justin Trudeau at the concert. And does it look like he's worshiping to you? It does to me. In the streets, as Hamas rioters were doing this, Justin Trudeau was doing that. In our country, as people are being denied access to health care that can actually prevent surgeries, the price for surgeries continue to skyrocket, whereas the outcomes continue to sink. Now, some of this has to do with time spent with patients. Some of this has to do with what insurance companies will pay for and what they won't. A lot of this has to do with the turnstile approach to medicine, not healthcare in this country. So if you've been told you need to have surgery, be it lower back surgery, hip surgery, knee surgery, shoulder surgery, can I stop and ask you, are you sure you want to do that? And you could say, want to? No. What if you don't have to? There are people who have gone down to renew.healthcare in Mexico because upon looking at their MRIs, Dr. Chavez, usually it's Dr. Chavez, he's a Harvard-trained surgeon who works at Renew in Mexico, has looked at their MRI and come back and said, you don't need surgery. In likelihood, we can help you regrow the tissue instead of getting cut open. This could be cartilage, it could be muscle, it can be tendon. And in my case, they couldn't help me. Dr. Chavez initially thought we could make this happen. Then his team looked at the MRIs and said, no, there's not enough existing muscle tissue or tendon. We can't help. Bummed me out, but they did help me with this. My recovery from surgery with my right shoulder, where I got the ethically gathered stem cells from umbilical cords and placentas, nothing to do with abortion. This strain of cells I use have never been ever exposed to the mRNA injections. Not only did it help me recover my push-ups and pull-ups in 12 weeks versus 48, I can tell you this. 2 years later, my right shoulder with the stem cells is still stronger than my left. That is 2 years past surgery. It's 2 years past it compared to my right shoulder. This is the fresher wound. And yet my left shoulder is weaker. Are you sure you want that surgery? Get in touch with renew.healthcare and see if they can help you. It's super easy. The website is renew, R-E-N-U-E .healthcare. It's R-E-N-U-E .healthcare. This is the city of Montreal, and in complete riot mode, rampage mode, trying to bang their way into government buildings. And hey, look, Hamas scarves. It's always fascinating to me if people don't understand shatterproof glass. But no, get those calories, Burns. It finally does get something to happen. Oh, they're breaking their implements. Oh, that's a little bit of the breakage of the windows. It took a lot of damage. Finally did get in through some of the doors. This is 3jane.tv. This happened as well on the streets of Montreal. Guys standing on a flag and bringing up the Iranian flag.
Solution is coming your way. Do you know what the final solution is? We're gonna get you. Final solution. You know what that is, huh? You are on a killing spree. You are on a killing spree.
Incidentally, that woman that they just showed turned out to be a owner of a franchise, a coffee franchise, located inside of a Jewish hospital. The lady who came by with the Hitler salute, the coffee franchise, and since they have canceled her franchise, I'm not going to say their name, it's not their fault. They apparently didn't know that she is an actual Nazi. Offered up the Nazi salute and got caught.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So as this is going on in Canada, a guy, Justin Trudeau, the boss man of Canada, the dictator. He's the guy who went after the truckers and froze their bank accounts. Remember that? Because they wanted their lives back. They were tired of the lockdowns. They actually wanted to be able to drive truck and feed their families. He froze their bank accounts, and he said that they weren't actual Canadians, that there were some opinions so odious that they couldn't be allowed in public. And so, of course, he was going to stand on their necks, financially speaking. Well, as Montreal continued to have these riots and the streets continued to burn, Justin Trudeau was out at a concert. He appears to be worshiping someone named Taylor Swift. There's Justin dancing, peace signs. He was handing out friendship bracelets too, almost like he's campaigning. That was literally at the same time as these riots were going on. See, some riots are better than others, and some opinions are so odious, they can't be allowed. The truckers cannot be allowed to say, we want to go back to work. Our families are starving. That's odious. Freezing bank accounts. Saying the final solution is on the way. Protesting and rioting on behalf of Hamas and Iran. Well, that's something you talk about after the Taylor Swift concert. What you're seeing here is an outflow of performative politics, where the performance is the politics. Justin Trudeau's act is this. He's supremely compassionate and supremely empathetic, except for the bad people. And you can tell the bad people because they're the bad people because they don't like Justin Trudeau. And Justin Trudeau is supremely empathetic and supremely compassionate. And it's a vicious cycle. Smart thing to do here is to compare this to God's word. Other people can hate Israel. They can hate Iran. They can hate Iranians, and they can hate Hamas. We don't get the privilege. Jesus took that away from us. You will love your enemy. It's the hardest possible thing to do. You can still put your enemy in jail. There's still just wars. And you can fight them while you love. Justin Trudeau, on the other hand, has created enemies of one particular thing, the truth. And, of course, God is truth. But it is fun to watch him dance like a fool.